I never loved somebody before.
When you were single, right? You were annoying single.
I feel honoured that I get to spend this lifetime with my partner.
I'm so glad that I resurrected my hairline. These 2 chemical compounds you can find anywhere.
When we come back from Iceland, we will IVF.
Huh?
She found clarity. I will live.
Okay, so today we're going to be wrapping up the year with last episode where we talked about the best things that have happened to us this year.
And the lessons lah.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
Can I start first by asking you a question?
Okay.
Love it.
So I feel like one of the biggest changes you had for this year is that you found, as of now at least love of your life. And that has completely transformed you as a person.
Truly.
Completely.
180.
I agree.
Yeah. And I say this almost with a little bit of annoyance. Because I think when you were single, right, you were almost the annoying single in that sense whereby you almost like, not just you haven't found love, but you almost try and say love don't exist kind of vibe. And I'm trying to figure out, right, now that you've been on the other side and then tasted this love and happiness and bliss, right? How has that changed you? What have you realized about life?
I see that now.
No lah, fight me a bit lah.
No. There are parts to this, right? It took me a long time, Like actually at the beginning of the year, right? Like when I just got into a relationship, I like excited, right?
Yeah.
Then I think as the relationship began to unfold, I'm beginning to I'm not saying I learned already, right? But I'm really beginning to learn what a real relationship takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of you, out of everything, And also it's like a different kind of reward and takeaway that you get from this.
Right.
Yeah, and every relationship prior to this, right? I've never experienced these feelings before or seen myself this way before.
I'm a big fan of matchmaking people, right? And I think I try matchmaking with some of my friends. So, but it's not even about whether you like my friend or whether it's chemistry. It's just like you were sick of having to meet someone new. And I know a lot of people in those shoes. And my fear for them, having been someone on this side, it could be a possible fear of people have for me because Pat and I don't have children, right? So they fear that when I'm 60, 70, I will regret not having children. The same way I look at my single friends, right? And I want to be there for them. But my fear for them is that if now they choose now I'll be single, and they might look back and be like, I should work harder to find a life partner in my 30s or 20s. Because I feel like even if Pat and I regret, we get to regret together. And not being with someone, if you regret, it's such a lonely experience.
Yeah.
But that's how I see it in my head, and I know it's my flawed perspective.
Right. I think I wasn't afraid. I think it was more of that over the last 6+ years, right? I think I was in a very dark place. I was depressed and stuff like that, right? And on top of that, I hadn't had an emotional experience, right? Or I wasn't invested in anything, right? That was real. I was kind of living a life of ignorance. I didn't have the opportunities and I didn't have the right people around me to really tell me show me who I needed to be. Show me how I was avoiding, almost facing myself and the things that I didn't like about myself. And so that whole period, right, it was just me avoiding all of this. It took her to kind of crack open that, be the catalyst of me. No, but there must be also these things about myself. Something
that happened that led you to invest in her, ma.
Yeah, and I think what it was is that I had never met an individual. I know it's going to sound damn cringe, right?
No, that's the best.
I never loved somebody before.
Cringe, you shut the fuck up, walao, you wanna...
No, for real.
I'm going to unsub to this channel.
Rihanna, We Found Love is your anthem.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So,
look at you.
Yeah.
So what? All your exes are like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, and I apologize to them. You know what I mean? Because it was never... It was never for the right reasons and that kind of stuff. It was selfish, and the people who learn these lessons early on in life, they are lucky.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't one of those people. So
okay, my question is, what is said lessons?
Because I finally meet somebody that I love and I'm finally caring about something outside of myself, someone outside myself. I think my cat was the one that started it a little bit.
Yeah.
Started the ball rolling, but she kind of really accelerated this crazy lah. And once you begin to care about somebody outside of yourself, then they will show you the cracks. They will show you the issues, the flaws, and for me, for example, one of them is I've never known how to apologize because I've never seen an apology. I've never seen a real apology. I've never seen somebody apologize to another person before, and so I didn't know what that was. Knowing how to take accountability, knowing how to communicate with people, knowing how to really just phrase things differently and how that makes a difference, right? All these things, right, I never learned.
But to go back on that, sorry, so you were saying, so you didn't realize what an apology looked like, but then what was it that happened with her? Was it her apologizing to you, or was it you having to apologize to her that suddenly made you realize what does that look like?
I think it was the difficulty of me not knowing how to apologize. And then it becomes frustrating, because why am I not apologizing? In my head, it's like, I'm sorry, I do admit it's my mistake.
Right.
Then let's move on.
Ah.
Yeah, like I admit it's my fault already. Right? And it opened my eyes up to a lot of relationship, like psychology and studies and techniques and methods and all this kind of stuff, right? It's like learning how to address feelings and understanding why feelings are important and they matter and all this kind of thing. And then moving on to like other layers and shit like that, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It really got deep.
No, but like this is just one example, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot other things, like for example, my relationships with other people, with family, with myself especially, I think that one is really one of the most important things. Like the voice in your head and how you talk to yourself matters a lot, right? And then these are things that I don't notice of myself until I go through this experience and recognize it.
As you are like transforming, because you also do recognize that you have changed as a person. And I think like everything that you mentioned, what I think is the biggest change is that I think you filled up this empathy meter that probably wasn't half full before her. Almost. And I think that's the greatest skill that I think you've attained, and it's huge.
Yeah.
But I think my question is like, are you noticing yourself change and you're accepting it and going, okay, this happened? Or is there a part of you that's actually intentionally going, okay, because of her, I need to be a better person, I need to change? Like, who is driving this change?
I think it's 50-50. And I think sometimes it comes off like the latter first. But later on, then I realized that honestly, this is all for my own good. Right. Like it's all things that I need to do. But the other component to it is that prior to meeting her, there was just so much of me. Like I put on a mask almost so that I don't have to deal with the things that I don't want to deal with. But as I go through this relationship, right, then I'm peeling back the layers, right? And it feels almost like I can become who I was again.
Wow.
Like there are parts of me that's like the child version of myself that I've never shown before. Yeah, and like little parts of these are like coming
how?
out.
Like,
I feel like whenever you go out and you meet people and I ask, how was it? Or you tell me, it doesn't come up with, you come back and you're thinking, will she call me? Does she like me? Should I crack that joke? And I believe Dan would know how that feels like. Also.
All the time.
But those are not the things that you come back with.
Yeah,
those are the things you come back with. It's like, she's shallow.
Yeah, but I feel like
I don't feel like I'm good enough.
Yeah, okay. I think there are different aspects to it. So one is that if you want to be in a relationship for the sake of, and you just want to meet somebody that likes you enough and all that kind of thing, right? I think that one all very superficial and can be achieved on. But I feel like I'm looking for something deeper and I don't know what I'm looking for. And I fear so much, right? When that person arrives, right? Yeah. I know that like I feel so flawed and all that kind of thing. And I know that if a person sees me for who I truly am, they won't be able to accept me. I think that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Over the course of this relationship, I had to experience that and realize that it's all true, but then this person is constantly willing to stay and work through these things. And then in turn over time, I learned that actually she also has flaws and all this kind of thing, and I'm there to embrace and to support and work through those things with her. Yeah. I think that was the biggest difference with her. And in that aspect, I think because I've also never really felt in my life. At first, when I feel like I don't really know what to do, I even like, I don't know whether I should reject it or not. Because it's like, is this real or is this, because of all those earlier fears, right? But after a while, then I start to realize that, oh shit, this person not going anywhere. Then I'm like, then I appreciate it. I almost feel like I can be vulnerable, and then that in turn allows me to grow. Yeah, and become better.
How do you take this to other aspects of your life then? What's the takeaway for you?
Okay, I think how this translates, right? When it comes to my job, I'm not looking at the excuses that I've given myself. When it comes to certain life choices or how I choose to live my life or my relationships with other people, I can start to see the excuses that I've been giving myself to avoid like forms of growth and all this kind of stuff and blame it on other things. Yeah. But again, I think the reason why it's a little bit hard to answer is also because it's very early stages of this process. Yeah.
Some parts that I feel I disagree is no one is actually ready as much as it's something they want. So like swept off their feet, right? By someone they didn't know last week. No one is actually ready for that. And I think many of us are going around life trying to look for that one person that can sweep us off our feet. But in order to do that, you must go all in first.
No, I feel like, because John Paul is significantly older than me, right?
Significantly, yeah. At least 7 years.
Then I've been through a phase of like singleness for maybe 9 or 10 years.
Wow.
While he's been in relationships. So I would think like John Paul maybe knows more than me in the love aspect. Then I remember when you sit me down for the first time to ask me questions, right? Then it sounds like a person who never fall in love before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, he did dig deep in his like soul to find some feeling.
You'll give me 3 taps on my hand and I'll slap his face.
No, then he'll ask me like, how fast is too fast to be in a relationship? Like, how long will you know? Like, first date, second date? What? No, I was like, oh, this 30-something asking me. At that time, I was 20-something.
First sight.
But it's nothing to do with age as well.
I think from that conversation, I realized that, then this girl really is next level already.
Next level.
Because, right, if it was any other girl, I don't think you would like just tell me what happened already.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't like find the answers, try to find answers, right? So hard for this girl. You will like decide on your own. You'll say like, oh, I really don't like her, or just go out again.
You start finding flaws as opposed to things to love.
Or like you start giving chances. But for this one, like suddenly the way you ask me the question is like, you're thinking ahead. John Paul think ahead of this relationship. Like he's looking at commitment. Like what? And then suddenly, like a few months later, you say like, yeah, marriage okay, what?
That was wild.
You say marriage okay? Oh, kid maybe one.
That was wild. That was mad.
Look.
Jonathan Polly.
Like 1 year ago today, that would have been so strange to come from you.
Like he will say, oh, marriage is a contract.
Like when Dan introduced Ollie to John, right? I saw there was a bit of fear in your eyes. Like, will he slap my kid?
Yeah.
Will he try and eat my kid? Okay, if I can ask one last question to see whether we can dig some underlying thing, okay? Let's say touch wood, this current relationship don't work out. What are the lessons you learn that you can take from this, right, to invest in your next relationship? I think you should blink another 500 more times before you talk. 47, 9, 50.
I cannot think that way because I know this is the last one.
I was like, please don't say something very logical.
He set me up, man. I just did.
Let's go.
It was either going to be super insightful or super sweet.
I was very scared you say number one.
Yeah.
That's what all in looks like, guys.
Wow. if you're watching this and you've given out love, it's not too late. Okay, clearly this man has turned things around.
Yeah.
If John Paul can, you can.
Yeah, truly. Don't look for love. Love will look for you.
Look for love, guys.
No, but when you look for love, sometimes when you're too desperate, it doesn't work.
No. Like, I'm the luckiest person in the world because you make your own luck. You have to be ready for luck. When luck comes, you must grab.
You must fertilize the soil.
Yeah.
You can't just wait for something to grow on concrete.
Yeah. I also think that like go and meet as many people as possible because right, it's not a matter of like whether this person is like in the same industry as you or you are the same age or whatever kind of thing, right? Like that compatibility and the spark is something that the chemistry and that feeling, right? It's just something that you have to meet the person, then you will know one.
We talk about the chemistry and the spark, right? Was it something that you immediately felt straight away?
Yeah. Like literally through the first text message, you can feel already.
Because no one is ever ready, right? Do you think that if she popped up in any other part of your life in like say the last 4 years, right, it would have turned out the same way?
I mean, this kind of thing cannot speculate.
Of course.
I think impossible. We thought of it before.
Why you want to be logical about something that completely don't make sense?
No, agree.
Love don't make
A lot of
sense.
people pissed. A lot of girlfriends get pissed
No,
because
but-
guys cannot
Yeah.
control.
If I
and
was
they
a
have to
worm, would
answer
you still
logic.
love me?
Yes, just say yes. She will never be a worm. Don't worry about it. And if she become a worm, you don't love her anymore, there's nothing she can do about it. Just say yes. I don't understand why this is a trick question. Because if you really think about it, it's very hard to develop feelings for a worm. How do I truly know that that's my wife?
No, you can like, if you zoom in microscope, you can see the face at the top. Like,
Then I will confirm love. I'll confirm love. I'll be so rich.
no, but you have to be very careful.
Come money maker, let's go to the circus.
Okay, so next.
Next, this year, like in general, the theme is healing my inner child.
Okay.
So there are a few instances throughout the year that do heal my inner child, but one of them is my first ever family trip. I've never been on a family trip, right? The last time I remember is maybe when I was 10.
Right.
That's my last family trip, like
Right.
everybody together. Now that like my brother has a family and like I have nephews and I'm attached also, then my father and his partner, right? We decided to go on a family trip. My brother suggested. Before that, I was already very excited because I'm like, oh my God, like this has always been in my mind. I like to travel a lot.
Yeah.
But I never get that kind of where people get to go on with their families every year or
Yeah.
like have like a sit down dinner every like twice a week, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when I was there, right, it's like the best trip I ever been on.
Wow.
But it was doing nothing. Traveling with a children, which is like 2 to 4 years old, and like my dad is like 79.
Yeah. What a
It's
spread.
like, yeah. So they need to sleep a lot. So it's like we wake up, 8 a.m, hotel breakfast. After hotel breakfast, they need to get back to freshen up. The kids need to do something. Me at 12 o'clock, opposite the hotel got a shopping mall. Lunch. After lunch, walk one round a bit. Everybody go home, nap. Okay. The next time it's 6 o'clock for dinner.
Yeah.
By the time 8 o'clock, right, the babies start to then my father also a bit sleepy, then we go back and sleep. For 3 days, 2 nights.
That sounds like a
I
great
need to
trip,
tell
to
you,
be honest.
it's not about the ages. It's just that you're 30.
Yeah.
Welcome.
When they nap, did you nap?
No, I never nap. I went to do things. It's just that the schedule and
Right.
the vicinity that we went, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you don't need to take Grab, but we take Grab 2 minutes because got a lot of
So at least you can be close together.
So
Yeah.
as somebody that has gone for a lot of travel, I mean,
Yeah.
talking about you, Evan, at what point, because I feel like when I start and reflect and go, wow, this is such an amazing trip, right? It's usually somewhere in the middle of a trip and I just am staring and going, wow, this is freaking awesome. Like at what point did you realize and what do you think about this trip, given that you're not doing anything, made this the best trip ever?
No, the moment I arrived at the airport, right, I was completely happy. I feel so honored, right, that in my lifetime, right, I get to check this off on list. It's like I sit on the plane, I that happy, I feel so I don't have an agenda. I don't have I need to hit this place.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to find the best KL, don't know what. I'm not rushing. I just want to be and live and try to remember.
Yeah, be present.
Yeah. I try to take photo, but very little. I also forget. But we do simple things like go make spectacle,
Oh.
eat one zi cha store. Then I bring my nephew go ride in Malaysia, right? Quite cheap, $10, right? Then you get to ride this
Like Panda
cart
Mall.
around the
Yes.
Then with my nephew for 1 hour, I make while everybody massaging. Then I need to take care of him.
Right.
Then it's just me and my nephew going around. Then I just feel all these moments, right? To some people, it's they do it every week. But to me, I don't get to have this kind of experience as much as everyone.
Why don't you?
As because my parents divorced and only recently then my brother got married and everything. So
Right.
family trips obviously was on the table. It's
Right.
mainly just me and my mom last time. And after she passed, never already.
Right.
So when I finally got on this family trip, I'm oh my God, I feel so excited, right?
Yeah.
When I treat my family to the meal. We were all rushed with our credit card, right? I tried to run to the
Yeah.
to the table to pay.
Yeah.
Then when I pay, then my dad will look damn angry,
But it's them shocked.
Ellie. Yeah, I one up you.
Yeah.
Because every meal,
It's
right,
like you
we
kick him
rushing.
in the leg, then he...
Don't want.
79.
No, got one time,
do a
right?
DDT.
The whole trip, right? We all rushing the paying, right?
Yeah.
Then at the airport, I thought I got the one hand up. I went to the toilet. Then the cashier a bit away from the table. Then I start to pay. Then she take a bit long, right? Then when I turn, then my sister-in-law and my father ran. Stop. Then he asked, give me the machine. Yeah. Then I just think all these memories, even though it's damn simple, but to me I feel my inner child needed this experience to rekindle that kind of family love that I have. Wow, it's
That's so
the best
beautiful.
part
You
of
make
my
me want to
year.
call my mother.
I love this. I really, really love this.
Yeah, so it beats all the Disneyland trips I go. This really is the best trip.
So is this gonna be a once a year thing or?
I don't know. Even if next time maybe harder to have, I still treasure this trip a lot.
Yeah.
You can make it every year if you want one.
No, they
What's
got say
stopping
hey
you?
guys, want to go again? We all don't mind lah.
Yeah.
I don't think it won't be off the table. But I think because no one bring it up, and also I don't know why I feel a bit weird to bring it up because I scared I say right. I think I scared nobody want to go. They
You
just
make me
all
want to cry.
Yeah. No, but it's...
no happy.
Yeah, no,
happiness.
it's about being happy that it happened. Wow, it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
Did your brother feel the same way?
I don't know. I never asked. But right.
Going to him was the most boring trip ever.
No, but I feel the fact that he initiated it means
Yeah.
he wants to go and
Yeah.
he was smart.
Yeah.
No, and even if he thought it was the most boring trip, that's what family is, ma.
Yeah.
Then we take selfie, that kind. And then I was wow, oh my God.
Wow,
It's
healing
so-
your inner
I'm so
child is the
excited.
correct thing to say.
Yup.
It's exactly what you did.
Yep. No one can take that away
hotel
from you.
breakfast.
And you didn't
Yeah.
expect it, right? Because
What
you
you
said
mean?
this year is about healing your inner child, but then it's your brother that initiated it.
But I think with me being present, instead of thinking, oh, is this the last time?
You can just go to
Is
church,
this
right? Don't need to be the priest.
You could have
You
gone
know.
in with the wrong attitude. lah.
I could have been need to go or
Yeah.
oh, I need to take care of, I cannot enjoy Malaysia. I can be a sour person on the trip.
Or guys, you must go to this place. And then if we don't go to these places, it would have been a shit trip.
Yeah, I just learned to be very present with my
Yeah.
family, not the amount of time we have. As in everyone growing older already.
Does this affect your choice of not wanting to have kids?
No, I still don't want children.
But I do believe, like, to your point, right, to your question, that this is one of the few magical things that children bring to the world. Like, it heals, it creates a generational restart, it heals relationship.
I really think so.
Or even as simple thing as your brother really need a break. He needs someone in jaga so he can do a proper massage. And then he initiate the whole, let's say lah, he just needs a break.
Yeah.
Because I also see like mother and daughter, their relationship damn strained, right? But they really need a break. So they really heal their relationship with their mother, just so that they can jaga with the mother. But sure, it busted. But at the end of the day, your relationship with your mother improves so much. You start relying on your mother again.
When I see my nephews, right, they really like bring these 6 adults together.
Yeah.
It's just 2 children, right? But everybody like, that time, like last week, my brother said like, oh, by the way, like the helper's not going to be at home on Sunday and my sister-in-law needs to be like working. Like I'm only like alone with 2 children. Can anyone help me? Then in the end, right, everybody goes. So it's like 5 adults taking care of like 2. Like they can't even really like run that fast. That kind. Then I changed diaper.
Aww.
But I like them excited to change.
Yeah.
Then I want to change, right? Then my nephew look at me, right? Then he run. Then I like, wow. Because I won't have children, ma.
Yeah.
So this guy is like,
You don't know that.
He's only this age, right? Today.
Yeah.
They
Then I
often
blink one eye, right? Suddenly he start like walking. I'm like, damn it.
they
You
often
turn
talk
around,
about,
pushing your wheelchair already.
Yeah.
people often talk about like the first 4 years is when you can really blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so special to be present.
But the first month though, no matter how you blink, it's only day 1.
It's true, it's true. Like I often forget because like sometimes like my sister and my niece and nephew might visit from Malaysia or like sometimes my parents, right? And every time they come, I feel like I need to be on like guest PR hosting mode. So every time like Ollie cries or what, I feel like I need to like make sure they are comfortable, carry Ollie. But then they are like, no, we want to spend time, we want to experience all these things, we want to help you. And so like I always need to like calibrate myself and be like, okay, like people are here, they want to help, they want to spend time with him. Like don't feel the need like, oh, he cried, then you need to take him away.
Yeah, they don't just want to read your story. They want to be part of the story.
Exactly.
So when you have guests over now, you're just like, he's crying.
It still takes me like an hour to like step out of it for them to go like just rest or like just whatever, like leave him with us. And like, okay. Fair. It like takes me a while.
So I think you shared quite a lot about Ollie, and we know that that's obviously going to be your number 1, right? Best thing that happened this year.
For sure.
So what is your number 2? What's the second best thing?
So I can't share about Ollie. Okay lah. To be fair, I've done it like across like 7 episodes.
We're gonna invoice him. Eh?
I just want to make it clear, Ollie was the best thing that happened, but John Paul is making me not say. I think it's the realization of myself from parenthood. And I don't think I've shared this. I hope I haven't shared this. I don't think I've become a less ambitious person. And I know that's a weird way to like start the lesson. But for a long time, right, I always felt like I love my time at GRVTY. I love doing what I do here. But it always feels like one day I will want to get a serious job, like or a desk job at like some MNC or whatever, right? Maybe I'm not using the right word, but like eventually I will grow up into adulthood. Like, cause this is a fun job, right? We get to like be in front of camera and do a lot of stuff. And one day I will grow up. And that was always at the back of my mind. I think since I become a parent, I feel like, wait a minute, I have learned to be content, but not in an unambitious way. Like, I feel like I've actually been more ambitious. I've been more driven. I actually come to work on time or like slightly earlier.
I feel
feel
you have
like
to send net. You need to start ASAP.
Yeah. It's true.
I mean.
Like, because ever since I started sending that to her, then I've become a bit late. But
30-minute difference.
15 from 9:30 to like 9:45. Like, I suddenly become driven for like different reasons. Like, I feel like I've learned to be content and to know that, okay, in my phase of life right now, the most important thing is, like I mentioned, to be present in this first 4 years of like Ollie's life, because I really don't want to miss it. I don't want to regret 20 years from now. Like, to me, I want to be in a place and a job that I feel like I love doing what I do. I'm comfortable but not complacent. And I'm still driven to do the best possible what I can right now. And I know that at 6 or 7, I can just leave and I know that I can go home straight away. Or like if really bopian, right, like at 8 a.m, like I need to bring him to the clinic. Like I have an understanding employer that will just go, okay, you know what, drop everything, like go. And I feel like it's just reprioritize like where my North Star is in life. And I think that when I realized all of this and I took a step back and realized like, I'm so happy exactly where I am with my family and all, but also career-wise, like this is the best possible like place for me. That was like a different level of contentment. Like,
I want to say, if that y'all want to chase life and y'all also want to chase money, this is the best place to be.
yeah.
I feel like within the industry especially, our pay package is great. The trust and flexibility of time to, I want to work from home today, I want to do this, I want to do that. I decide to become a social media star today. And then you want to make a second stream of income. You want to do a third stream of income. You want to use the media firepower and the eyeballs that we have gained over the years to start another business or to take shares in another small company. I think this is very hard to find somewhere else. I think I'm very rarely so blatant or brazen about this, but I feel like we have spent almost a decade now trying to create this environment, not just for the people that are on screen, but for everybody as well.
It's true.
To link up with developers, for people that want to build apps and build games, to get funding for people who want to start a side business, distribution, warehousing, which we've done for many years already. So I'm happy you feel that way then. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And I really, really mean it. So that was my reflective answer. A very shallow answer is that I'm so glad that I resurrected my hairline and my hair thickness. I don't know if it's...
It does.
I don't know.
No, honestly, it goes to show we don't really think about your hair.
I don't know if you... No. And that's a great thing.
No, it's a great thing because he was so self-conscious about his receding hairline last time. And then we're like, dude, haven't you always looked like that?
So, right, I don't know how, right, but I came across a really old... There was one point in time in the old office that we were shooting a game. So I think it was like the money one, like me versus John math, and then there's money on the table. Or like we were playing like the roll ping pong one, right?
Yeah.
It was so clear that my front hairline, right, was an island. Like there was a... Like you can see scalp all around.
Because the camera was on from above.
Yeah. But now, right, like recently I've been taking photos from every angle, right? And it's like, oh, got hair. It's dark. It's dark everywhere. Then I was like, oh shit.
So
Like,
I
it's
guess you any seat.
You think maybe I'm too short? That's why I've never seen it.
maybe.
I've never seen this angle.
Maybe. I think you need to see a before photo. I'll show you a before photo and show you how
Yeah,
bad it was.
you have to have.
We'll flash. I got so many before
Oh.
photos. Like, okay, two aesthetic things. One is that my hair. One also, I'm done with my braces, so I finally have like straight.
Wow.
Okay, it's not. It's like straighter teeth.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Hey.
So it's very aesthetic things that, you know, like it
Not
would
like
have been.
the Zenyaman also cannot tell that you were wearing braces this whole fucking time, but okay.
Glow up.
Yeah. So those are very shallow things I'm very happy about.
And he changed his chain.
Yeah lah, the reason I run on nice. Then
No, honestly, dude, you look fine in that chain, but we just give you shit because you like give us shit when we change anything.
correct, and I took it.
Yeah.
But I also realized after watching it, the big chain like rubber.
No, I mean, it's okay.
No, it's okay, but when every time you wear, you like smirk a bit.
Yeah.
Like the way you walk and smirk.
Yeah,
is-
you become a dick.
It's my dick chain.
Like something you feel like
Chainy.
disturbing.
Like your entire dick energy was culminated in that chain. The dick chain. Dude, I'm gonna get you a dick chain.
No, but for the hair also, right? Like psychologically, right?
Oh,
How Like
It-
what's the difference?
it's insane because I think like before I used to be very self-conscious. Like even as I'm like talking to anybody, if I just see their eye like go up a bit, right, I'm like that, right? Like this person can't take me seriously. I'm like overthinking the conversation already.
Right.
And then I just feel like very, very low in terms of morale. But now, right, it's like I don't have to think twice.
But what if I look at your hair?
I know you're looking at thick hair. At least thicker hair. lah.
It does look very thick now.
It's insane. Like I don't want to shield too much, but like
Chill lah. Tell people what you use because you never do hair transplant.
Yeah. So like these two chemical compounds you can find anywhere, and it's very similar to what Brian Johnson actually mentioned. It's just that his list is like 21 things. Mine is 3 things.
Okay.
It's overlapping here. So
Go where and buy.
okay, wow. If you want me to explain, I can really get
No,
into
like,
deep into
just
it.
fast
Okay,
go and buy.
so there are the 3 main things. Okay, so the first thing is finasteride. Finasteride must be prescribed by a doctor.
Oh, that's
And
the
so
hard part.
the reason why finasteride is important is because it stops the hair loss. Basically, stops DHT, which is an element in you that creates hair loss as you get older. It's from testosterone. So that's one element, and it's completely different from the second one, which is minoxidil. Minoxidil creates an environment to help hair growth. So the hair, right, that you gain from using finasteride and the hair that you gain from using minoxidil, completely different. If you stop using finasteride and you still use minoxidil, you will lose the hair that you've gained from finasteride.
Okay.
Your hair becomes thicker because you stop the hair loss and you've created hair growth.
New hair, yeah.
Yeah. So minoxidil is not prescribed. You can buy it off the counter. You can buy it in Guardian. You can buy it under the names of Regain, but there's also new ones like Regrow lah.
It's a pill.
And it's topical
Oh,
also.
okay,
Finasteride
sorry.
you can get as a pill, but the side effect, right, if you take the pill is low libido, erectile dysfunction, a bit scary.
Oh, okay.
So I apply both topically in case I still want to have kids.
But it seems to be going well.
Yeah. So some people the
Wait, what's the
topical
third
one.
one?
Oh, the third one is dermal rolling. So you use
Ooh, the needle prickling shit.
yeah.
Ah.
What's
0.5 mm is enough, right? It's basically a roller, but it has like little spikes on it that you just like roll on your hair. So it creates like more like holes lah, to be super simplified. It's very technical.
Okay.
So you just create more
It improves
holes.
blood pressure. What you actually do is you're slightly damaging the surface of the skin.
You're poking through the skin.
Yeah, so
it actually pokes.
your
Yes.
body then sends blood, which contains some form of stem cells and whatnot. And
You will bleed every time you do it.
Honestly, you don't have to. So if you go online and you see a lot of people do it, sometimes it bleeds because they really go and push very hard, but you don't have to bleed. Like mine work without bleeding at all.
Right.
You just go a few times.
Every
Don't
day.
overdo it. Once a week.
Okay.
So
you only do like the M or
no.
That's a real question.
I went throughout.
Okay.
But almost within the first 2 months, right, you can actually see the baby hairs growing from where I used to derma roll.
Right.
So it's quite crazy.
But
So
can do here.
a lot of people apply derma rolling and not finasteride but minoxidil, right? So derma rolling and minoxidil on the beard, and apparently that's how they grow beards as well. But minoxidil is expensive, not as expensive as a beard transplant. So try it. Try it
So
out.
when you say expensive, how much is it?
You can get both separately. I decided to find a place that actually creates both into one foam, and it's about $99 a month. So it's expensive. One bottle will last you a month. It's $99.
That's okay when you're
Yeah,
comparing to hair transplants, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and for confidence and all that kind
Yeah.
of thing, right?
The difference is that if you prefer to get the pill, it's much cheaper. Finasteride is about $12 if you go to like polyclinic. You must get a referral. And minoxidil in the bottle is about maybe $50 to $70 depending on the brand. And this will last you a month.
So you went to a place that combined and then that product is cheaper. Interesting.
Net is slightly expensive because it would have been like
70.
the other brands are like 50 plus 12, so it would have been like maybe 62.
Oh.
I'm doing 99 because it's all in one form. You apply it morning and night every single day, and then derma roll once a week.
I also losing hair now. I also bought this tonic to just spray, but it's super inconsistent.
The thing is-
I'm just dropping hair.
Consistency is key, but also right, like if
Just me like
no, like don't look like
it really can't tell, yeah.
here.
Okay, like not to shit on like a lot of brands, right? But if you look at
You're pointing at a lot of hair.
you pointed
No,
at a
your
massive
zheng.
thick area.
Maybe the reindeer cover.
Okay, but people do say that you should start early, lah.
You know, every time you do right,
Getting angry.
Hey, wait,
Stop showing me a full
It's
hair.
my hairstylist. My hairstylist tell me one. That's why I
Okay,
panic.
he will know best
Yeah.
actually if it's actually becoming thinner.
So he cut my hair for 7 years.
The best time to start is now, lah.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
really feel it. But the problem is that not to shit on any brands, right? But there's a lot of tonics, a lot of shampoos out there, and based on the community on Reddit or whatever, chances are it doesn't work as well as finasteride, minoxidil, or other than finasteride, there is a new competitor now called dutasteride. So these three are the proven across 20, 30 years.
Congrats.
Hey, thanks. I mean, we don't know how long this will last. Maybe I might
You
stop here again.
don't so you're gonna do this until you die, yeah? Probably.
You have to do it for life. But chances are like around 60 or 70.
You don't
Don't
care.
care.
Yeah.
You don't care, but the drugs also won't help. You know, like life really just takes
Or
over.
like
maybe
fertilizer and
technological
shit, yeah.
advancements. Then maybe all
Yeah.
these problems solved already.
Yeah.
Or maybe the trend is no hair.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm waiting for that one.
Like
sia.
Prometheus vibes.
yeah.
I'm waiting for the trend to be no hair.
Like no
I
eyebrow,
imagine you with
nothing.
no hair.
I did the Botox filter. I already not very good looking. The Botox filter jialat sia. I look like the mega mind.
Like before I started growing my hair, right? Like if you're bored, right, the only way to get away with it, right, is if you grow a beard or you have tattoos or you're buff. These three.
No, you must have that layer of skin at the back that forms a little ring.
Like a face. Oh, no, the face. No, okay, not that one.
Oh, the
The
double,
brain, bro. That was the brain.
the double
What's
neck.
that?
The double neck.
Double neck.
The double neck.
You
Like
must have a
chin,
double neck.
Like,
Like
like the condom, the...
Like an animal balloon just like tie around her head like that.
Is it this?
Is that genetic?
No.
It's like a belly.
My father have it, I scared.
It's firm one, you know?
Wait, why is that important?
It's support for your
Aesthetic
neck. So
reason.
if you
feel
cannot
like-
punch, right, you won't say.
That gives the back of the head the shape. This year I did this thing, right, where I realized I just say yes. It started a few years ago actually when I realized that when I put my name into Google, then the Jonathan Chua from Sam Willows came out, right? Then I was a bit irritated by that. I'm like, dude, my name, I mean, I understand that he'll always be more famous, right? But my name literally is a different spelling. Like Google autocorrect me and feed me someone else. Like, yo, I'm putting my name inside.
Yeah, that would do it.
And then so that period I say, okay, I'm gonna say yes to every interview.
Like public appearances.
Or collaboration. So I said yes, and then I pump up my own SEO. And then every time Pat tells me she wants to travel, I always want to justify why.
Oh.
I enjoy traveling, I enjoy staying at home. Then one costs substantially less.
Okay.
Because and usually we go holiday for some reason, I don't come back refreshed, I come back damn tired. I come back with holiday blues. Then I'm like, I didn't need that. My life was fine. Why you want to give me a high now? I have to experience the low, you know what I mean? But then I think what truly helped was Pat and I had a very serious conversation mid-year. We said that after Iceland, we're going to decide whether we want to IVF or not.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think it was even before June we had this conversation. And then I realized we're not going anywhere because the conversation has always been like this for the last 2-3 years. Right? And so then I changed it. I told her, when we come back from Iceland, we will IVF.
Huh?
Yeah. Once again, my position has always been, I'm very happy if I can be a father. And I'm very happy to not be a father. But I want us to decide because I want to be able to go all in on something.
Right.
Right? And I think this year, I keep reminding her, you better enjoy because after Iceland, we're going to IVF. Yeah. And I mean, I didn't tell you about IVF because we did not actually IVF. What actually happened was that now I tell her we are going to already. She found clarity within herself to know that she don't want.
I see.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a massive roller coaster, but I saw it coming.
It's the frustration of being on the fence is insane because as a guy, I can't say I want because the endometriosis is on her body.
Okay.
If I say I want and she can't provide the child, then she has let me and my bloodline down. That's a huge burden to bear. And if I say I don't want, but her body calls for her, yearns for her to have a baby, as many women are called to the service of being a mom, then I can never deprive her of that. And my whole life I've trained to, I think, be able to take care of children well. And then for the first time in a long time, financially, I'm no longer concerned. Then why can't I be a father? You know? But I need to know, like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah. How did you feel when she told you that after? Because you already saying like
I was pretty relieved lah, to be honest.
Oh,
okay.
Because I think as much as, you know how people say that you are never ready to be a parent?
yeah.
I've been in this psyching stage for so much, right? That I believe I'm ready to be a parent. You know, because we started planning to be a parent at like 28, 29 years old. So literally like my bank back then had like $10,000, right? And my target was this. I need to get to 15K. 15K, right? I can afford a gynae and then the birthing, then everything else we figure out later. But I mean, throughout the 9 months, I will continue saving lah.
Yeah.
But I must always have 15K because that period I haven't started saving yet. I just got wiped out and my debt was restructured and all that stuff. So that period, I just told myself I must always keep 15K in case my wife pregnant. Yeah. You imagine holding that mentality until now, You know, nobody is ready. Already, I've been through multiple confinements with my sisters and my friends and all that stuff. Ready as one can be ready, you know? But of course, you compare life now with having a kid, one requires a ramp up substantially in terms of time, energy, and money. Then not having a kid allows us to have a lot of a looser noose, if you will. on your time, energy, and money, ma.
Yeah.
So the source of feeling is relief. Relief not because I don't think I'm deep down not ready.
There's certainty lah.
There's certainty. We have resolution, and the resolution doesn't require me to make a sick ramp up.
So because in the past, right, you've mentioned that like sometimes Pat will want, sometimes Pat will want, and this could almost change like week.
And I understand where she's coming from. It's a big decision to make.
How do you know that what she says now is almost final?
That's why I think I told her after Iceland we will do it.
Right.
This whole time we'll do it. So basically I bring you keep talking about tattoo, right? I bring you to the tattoo studio already. I pay already. Yeah. Now you decide you want ink or you don't want ink. If you leave the thing, you're not doing tattoo already, ma. At least that's kind of how I see it. And so of that resolution I kind of had a feeling already, but I needed her to be sure because I don't want her to regret. Because I feel like either way, if we have or we don't have, right, we will find something to regret in life one.
True.
And I feel like I don't want it to eat her up. And so this year I said yes from knowing pretty much we're not going to have kids. I said yes to pretty much every trip that Pat has asked me to go. And then not seeing it as oh my God, I'm going to spend like $3,000, $5,000 on this thing and I must come back fresh, energized and full of creative energy. I just take it as it is. Or then literally we go overseas and have afternoon nap like you like that, you know? like you're like a geriatric traveler like that. We just go and just have an afternoon nap because
it's the best thing in the world. Like,
do you then feel, right, like because you're going and you're committing to this dink life, right, that you need to live a dink life, that you need to go for these holidays and like...
Yes, but not because I have anything to show anybody else.
Yeah, no, it's for you.
Yeah, I must know what's the upside. Then I must leave the upside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is there pressure to leave the upside?
No, the pressure is gone.
Where I'm coming from is that like because you want to stay at home and Pat wants to travel, but because you both have now committed dink life, no kids, we have this freedom. Whenever she wants to travel, you have to say yes because of this.
No.
Okay.
I feel like I have no major financial commitments for decades.
then you feel
You
like...
don't know how that feels. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you will never know how that feels there because by the time you don't have decades already.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to shit on you. I say in the most realistic, down to earth way, okay?
I'm happy for that sacrifice, but
Yeah.
I can understand where you're coming from.
And I'm happy for you to have that sacrifice also. I've been the different path that we chose in life. Yeah, so for me, it's really wait for cancer to wipe me out or die. But look forward to this stage in life. It's damn sure. When you finish your wedding, you finish your house, you finish your reno, you finish everything, and then The house is not like this is the starter house, then I'm saving up for next house. When then you get the next house, when you're there, right? It feels good. Like I feel like when my salary come in, right, then I automate whatever needs to go out, right? Then I can live paycheck to paycheck again. Dude, I don't know how to tell you how shock that is. I mean, I don't, but you know.
Yeah.
But it's literally now we go to a casino and then I bust out everything. Like, kira.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure what couple goals then become. Like you have the house, you have like everything else. There's no, if the choice is no children, then what are the goals as a couple?
I don't see it that way. First of all, I think where we fundamentally starting differently, right, is that I was never looking for someone that might sweep me off the feet. In a sense whereby I find it a freaking miracle, right, that of billions of people in the world swear to you that I will spend the rest of my life with you and you swear to me. And we actually mean it. Maybe in that moment only, but we actually mean it. I think for that moment to occur, right, is an insane stroke of luck already. Like, you know, you're so lucky already. Then shit will come, then you just kind of iron it out. I feel like the couple checklist is for our own personal life. Because of my wife, I get to buy a house. Because of my wife, we can renovate to this extent. Yeah. Because of my wife, I won't be lonely. Because of my wife, I always have a travel partner. Because of my wife, my Sunday breakfast is never alone. Because of my wife, I don't need to plan what to do on Saturday night. You know, that kind of stuff. Hence, I never see couple goals as the next step. But having said that, I also have spoken to many couples that I feel like they do need something to work towards.
Yeah, like to build together. If not, why?
Yeah.
Whatever he said, right, is like what I also think about my own relationship. I think like every day, I'm not thinking about what's the next for us or like, okay, maybe now, yes, because need to plan the wedding. But after that, right, I just feel like in this stage of my life, I just want to exist. And be happy. I'm not looking for like, wow, we must travel 50 countries in a year. Okay, like maybe like small things like making memories. That's the basis.
Yeah.
But not like I'm chasing a certain goal we have for each other. Like, you must make 1 million. I must make 1 million.
Yeah.
Retire on an island or these kind of things. But like, I just want to exist happily. Any other goal we make, right, is not like set in stone kind.
Yeah.
It only complements us. I feel honored that I get to spend this lifetime with my partner.
Wow.
Okay. So then from junior
Like,
couple, junior relationship to more senior relationships, right? What are the things
You
that
mean executive?
what are the things that hinder that? Like what prevents those things?
Health prevention.
Wow. Guys, I just want to say, right, I know we seem to be very
like
pro ding life. I must say, when you have a kid, the stuff that you look forward
No,
to
I
is
know,
all
but
the
then
kids'
when I have a
progress.
kid, then baby comes first, man. Different.
Okay.
Now I exist.
Just got to defend the parents out there.
Now it's a different game.
I think I said it for like that. Neil deGrasse Tyson said this, that of all the possible DNA sequence for humans to exist, right, the ones that do is a very, 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 very minute percentage. Like the fact that we are alive and then we get to play this game, right? There's only one try and then you don't get to play it.
Huh?
Life.
No.
It's just one game, one try, and you don't get to play again. And then either way, we're all going back to the grave. Whether or not you have accumulated $10 million or you've accumulated $10 to your name, we're all going to the same endpoint no matter what. I think many people also kind of think about, like, they allow their goals to make them unhappy as opposed to give them satisfaction. Yeah. That's the mindset thing I'm thinking about.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then health. Health can really derail you. So now I'm on this body transformation thing, right? Which I asked myself. I remember I looking at my PT in his face and I said, dude, you eat like this every day. He said, yeah, pretty much. Then I said, then you train how often? Then he said, because I got clients, so I pretty much train like 6 days a week. Then I'm like, is that a way to live? Like,
Why are you so confident?
I have to think about after my 12 weeks, then what? Then what? Am I expected to live like that? Then I'm like, if this is like, I don't want it.
Destination with pet. Go and take all the pictures first. You'll be like, at 34, I was this. Then
No, the plan is to plan a beach destination holiday every year.
So okay,
you
I've
always need
come
to
to this
maintain.
realization. Okay, right now I'm on like almost 1,000 calorie deficit, about 800 calorie deficit
That's
every single
huge,
day.
dude.
Right, but I'm very heavy to begin with.
Okay.
Like I don't need so much nutrients to begin with. You know, working out in the gym 3 times a week, cardio 2 times a week. So that's 5 times a week. This is NS, bro. I mean, it's not you know. And I have never snacked, not a cake, this. Today is the 7th birthday cake. And I realized, cannot. I'm literally saying no to people. I can't hang out. I'm making dinner difficult for people because we need to go to this place, that place. I cannot eat birthday cake. Then I'm like, cannot. Like, that aside, like, this is no way to live. I don't want to live my life like that. But I've decided the realization, right, and it's your plan for New Year, right, that I just have to do this once a year or once every 2 years.
Right.
Oh,
I will live for at least 9 months a year. And then I will spend the last 3 months being health conscious, you cut, you go back everything.
But the trick is don't do it during holiday season because now you're doing it the wrong timing of the year.
Why don't you flip it, right?
Dramatic,
And do it at the same time when everyone has a New Year resolution. So you do it from January to March every year, and then you live the rest of the year.
No, I tell you why.
Chinese New Year.
I think
Yeah.
March, April, May best.
But he's
Yeah.
Or like just after Chinese New Year,
your
then you
birthday.
bam. Then you enjoy the rest of the year.
Don't worry about that. My point is that I know if this is the meta and I learn the meta already, I'm only gonna do this once every year or once every 2 years even. So if you are looking for a PTI or DM me, I know a great young chap.
Happy New Year! We will see you guys in the next year.
nice lah.
Wow, really? You thought that
Bye-bye.
through?
See that?
Harbin is the prawning place. Then right, because it's open air,
In
right?
Singapore?
So you can see the fireworks.
Oh.
Then they have a lot of beer all around. And for some reason, right, the bar area will start like throwing foam everywhere.
Wow, that
it's not
sounds
like
fun.
it's not a foam party where the whole place is covered with foam. There's some foam.
Like just like
Really just washing dishes and shit.
Very vigorously.
All the dishwasher spoil.
No, but for some reason when the foam touches the water, right, the prawn don't want to come out already. You cannot
Oh,
catch. So it's like,
no.
okay lah, New Year already lor.